Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and today I will be doing this orange and copper eyeshadow look using my Morphe 350 palette. So I'm first taking the lightest shade, and I'm using that as my transition shade on my Sigma E40 brush. I'm also using the three other oranges that are on the far right of the palette. I'm going to go in order from lightest to darkest, and honestly just make my brushes get smaller every time. Make sure to blend in windshield wipers and circular motions to get a very even, soft blend. The lighting in this video is pretty shitty, so just bear with me. I haven't filmed in a while, and I just need to invest in some lighting or something. Also, before going in with shadow, I primed my lids using my Tarte Shape Tape Concealer, and I set them, the whole thing from my brow to my lash line, with my Maybelline Fit Me powder. You can use your powder, you can use an eyeshadow, you can literally use whatever, but things will blend so much better on top of a base that isn't sticky. Okay, now going in with the second orange shade from the palette on my MAC 217 brush, and I am buffing that into my crease again. This isn't really a very precise look, it's more messy, and you don't really have to be tidy with it at all because you're doing your eyes before your face, so you can just clean up whatever fallout you have, which you will have because the Morphe 350 palette is super pigmented, and oftentimes with pigmented shadows you get fallout. So anyways, I'm applying that shade and then making sure to go back in with the brush that I used before and blending it out. I will continue this throughout the whole tutorial because that's honestly how you get the best blend. You apply, you blend, you apply, you blend until you get to the pigment you desire. Now going in with this next darkest orange, I am doing basically the exact same thing. Also, if you don't have the Morphe palette, you can literally use whatever palettes you have. There are so many palettes now that have orange shades in it that you definitely have something like this in your collection. However, if you do not, definitely look into the Morphe palette because they're very, very affordable and they're super high quality. Now taking this orangey red shade from my Morphe 35B palette, I am buffing that into my crease using my smallest brush, which is my old MAC 217 brush. I have two MAC 217 brushes from different years and they're completely different sizes. So anyways, just a tapered brush and buffing that in the depths of my crease. If you love or are looking to play with colored shadow, I definitely recommend this 35B palette. Again, very, very good. Morphe is like a fantastic brand for people who are on a budget but still want to be able to do looks like everybody else does. Okay, so I quickly finished one eye off camera and cleaned up both sides with concealer. So now I'm going to take my Tarte Shape Tape concealer and I'm going to cut the entirety of my lid from the inner corner to the outer corner and kind of make it into like a circle. So I want it to be the highest in the middle and then get lower on both sides. I'm sorry that the clip of this isn't very great, but I have to get really close to my mirror to see anything. So anyways, I'm just using my flat definer brush from Sigma and the concealer and just taking my time to cut it. This concealer will also be a sticky base for the sparkly shadow we apply on top. Now taking that super rich copper shade from my Morphe 35O palette on a dampened MAC 242 brush, I am applying it across my entire lid. These shadows perform well by themselves without Fix Plus or spray, but honestly, if you apply them with spray, they're just so much more beautiful. Also, I was showing you all the fallout that I got on my cheek. It would be worse if I didn't spray the brush. I am now taking the darkest highlight shade from the Nikkietutorials and Ofra collab, and I am packing that all over my lid on top of the copper color. This honestly makes the copper color so much more vibrant, and honestly these highlighters are ridiculously pigmented. They could honestly pass for eyeshadows if I didn't know the difference. Now, taking my Benefit They're Real mascara and my CoverGirl Clump Crusher, and I'm applying a fairly generous layer of mascara to my lashes. You can't exactly see what I'm doing here because, of course, I'm in my mirror because I'm blind, but I'm just, applying mascara like anybody usually would. Okay, so off camera I did my full face routine. So I did my foundation, my concealer, powdered, and eye contoured. So now I am currently baking using my RC May powder. If you guys would like a tutorial on my full face, just let me know and I will totally do that for you. Anyway, so I'm taking the same shades that I used in my crease and applying them on my lower lash line in the exact same order as I did on the upper lash line. I tend to smoke out my eyes really far because I want to make my eyes appear a lot rounder than they actually are and also a lot bigger. However, if this isn't something you're comfortable with, you don't have to smoke it out, or you can only do it a little bit, but I'm going to take mine like all the way down to my cheeks. Anyways, there's not really much I can tell you about this, so just take a very small, dense brush and buff it along and blend it along the way. Sometimes I will apply one shade and then take a lighter shade and go directly below it to try to get a nice fade. Also, can we talk about how I make literally the ugliest face ever while I'm doing this? People say their mascara faces are ugly, but my under eye shadow face is the ugliest thing I've ever seen. Now quickly taking my CoverGirl Clump Crusher and lightly coating my bottom lashes. Now taking the lightest shade from the Nikkie and Ofra trio, I am applying that to my inner corners, my brow bone, my high points of my cheeks, my nose, and my cupid's bow. This has to be my new favorite highlighter. I honestly don't know what I'm going to do if I run out of this. I'm going to have to buy a backup because I'm pretty sure that it is limited edition. Or honestly, let's be real, they'll probably say it's limited edition and then in like a few months make it permanent like every other company is doing with their collabs. Anyways, this like highlighting trio is amazing. I don't care if you are super pale or super dark, every single shade will definitely work for you in some way. Like as you've seen, I use the copper color, which is a good highlight for deep tone people, but for me, it's a really gorgeous eyeshadow. Anyways, just quickly applying that to all of my face, really. Just kind of drowning myself in highlighter. It's funny because I have really oily skin, so I do everything to counteract it, and then I apply like 10 pounds of highlighter. I don't make any sense. Now taking one of my favorite blushes, Urban Decay Video, and I am applying that on my cheeks between where my contour and my highlight are. I don't really use a lot of blush, but I think blush is very necessary because it really helps blend the contour and the highlight together and not make it look so stark. Now taking my Real Techniques multitask brush, I am buffing away my bake. Now I'm drowning my face in my Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray, and I'm fanning it with my Morphe palette. This is actually a trick I see Nikkietutorial do in her most recent video, so I decided to try it the other day, and it actually really works at making your makeup last a whole lot longer. So definitely try it out, and it also feels really good. Now taking the Ofra Cosmetics liquid lipstick in the shade Havana Nights, which is a collab with Kathleenlights, I'm applying that to my lips. This formula is probably the best formula of liquid lipstick I've ever used. I definitely need to invest in like a million more colors because it's literally the most comfortable, has the best application. It takes a pretty long time to dry, which for me is pretty good because I usually fuck around with my lipsticks a lot. And also, if you apply multiple layers of it, it does not get cakey whatsoever, and it is just like so comfortable. I 100% recommend it. Definitely check them out. I'm sorry that this whole clip is like super overexposed, but I'm working with natural lighting, so honestly I can't really help it. The sun goes in and out of the clouds and it just kind of fucks everything up. So anyways, I'm just overdrawing the shit out of my lips. I honestly am not very good at applying lipstick. I really need to improve. However, I'm just here, overdrawing them. Also, for any of you who are wondering why my lips always look lopsided as fuck, It's because they are. I have a sideways jaw, so the right side of my lips, which is your left, always looks a lot fuller than the left side of my lips because of the way that my jaw is angled. Okay guys, thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe to my channel so that you can see all of my next tutorials. Also, make sure you like and comment below if you liked the video. Thank you for watching.